What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Monday morning marketing episode. I have the privilege of talking to you again for the second time this week on our Monday morning marketing. And that's because we're covering this month for January 2022, we're covering ground marketing. And, that's something I feel like I can talk nonstop about. I continue to ground market till today. We do a lot of amazing things, and it's amazing. So one thing I wanted to bring up in this episode, the topic is called EPA, called Existing Patient Analysis. This is something we teach a lot of the members in our in the dental community and the dental marketer community to do. A lot of members in our ground marketing course this is a whole lesson. There's a whole lesson on this existing patient analysis. And the reason I bring this up is because there was a question in one of the Facebook groups on how we can get into corporations or companies that we already, one of our patients already go to. So for example, let's just say you have a patient, right? And you see that their employer is maybe the Starbucks Corporation or Amazon Fulfillment Center Corporation or something like that, right? And you're wondering, wow, we got one employee from there coming here. How do we get the rest of the employees? How can we market to the rest of the employees and get in front of them? And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. That's what we're going to be discussing today. And it's very, very simple, but disclaimer: if you do not have an existing patient database, meaning if you're a brand new startup and you're like, Michael, we don't even have one patient, or we have like 5, but they're all like my family, but you want to get into separate corporations, then this is not the strategy for you. This strategy will only work if you already have an existing patient database, right? Like, let's just say you've been open for a couple of years and you have patients already, existing patients, right? So that's the disclaimer. So if you're a startup, then maybe save this episode for a little bit later, whenever you already have patients coming in through the door. Now, what you're going to do is an existing patient analysis, like I said, EPA, and I want you to do something. And you can do this without, you can just find any patient you want, but think of your favorite patients. That's what I want you to do. Think of your absolute favorite patients, ones you love to see. They bring you joy. You love their insurance, or you love the way they pay, things like that. And now is where you write a list, right, of what they do, their employer, where do you think they go shopping, all that stuff, right? Because at the same time, when you do an existing patient analysis, you can start creating a starter list for you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is where we're going to start ground marketing. My favorite patient, they work at Amazon Fulfillment Center, right? And they have wonderful insurance. They have, I don't know, let's just say a really great insurance. And then at the same time, they're always happy. I noticed that, every time they come in, they talk about their hobbies. So they like to play soccer or something like that, or football. That means they love this team. You want to get as detailed as possible to where you can even know what their favorite coffee is, because that's important. All this stuff is important to know where they shop, to know what they like, what magazines they read, what websites they like to visit, what kind of coffee, or are they tea people? All this is important, right? And I kind of give you a whole breakdown in an article I wrote in one of our websites, the thedentalmarketer.org. I'm going to put a link to that. It's how to start ground marketing. And I'm not going to kind of get into that. You can just read that article, and you can even download the starter list on there to exactly know what questions to ask yourself and everything like that. So I'm going to put that link there, but it's kind of like the same thing. You're going to do an EPA like that. But now you want to think of your favorite patients, right? Think of your favorite patients, the ones you like. Or maybe you can just say, Mike, I already got somebody in mind. I want to know how to market to their corporation. Pull out their folder, right? Or look at them up on your practice management software. You see where they work at. Now, here is the thing you're going to do. And I want to share screen with you guys. So if you are listening on the podcast, then you can definitely go in the show notes below and look at our YouTube, and then you can see this, right? What I'm about to share with all the friends here, all the listeners watching. So you're going to do an existing patient analysis first. And this is the script you're going to do. Now, remember, brainstorm with your team, right? To realize and figure out who your ideal patients are. So I don't want you just to think of one person. I want you to think of multiple patients that have great maybe insurance or the reason that you want them to come in and their employees to come in, right? Because then you have more, you'll get more new patients. So think of them, write them down. It can be a list of 10. And then from that point on, when they come to your practice, very casually, you're going to want to follow this script, right? So let's just say the patient that you love or that you just had a great experience with is like, awesome, cool. They're going to come back for a cavity in a week, right? You want to have rehearsed this script right now. And so when they come back, you can say it with ease. Your team is going to know what's up, and then boom, you're going to get in. Okay. So you're going to say, hey, this is assuming they're coming back, right? They're coming back for their second appointment or their next appointment or whatever, right? You're gonna say, hey, it's so good to see you. How's everything coming along? And then just let your patient talk, right? They're gonna say, it's great, it's raining, I don't like it, I don't know, I had a COVID, whatever, right? Then you're gonna say, oh, you're gonna obviously interact with that conversation. And then throughout that time, if they don't bring up work, you want to say, oh, how's work coming along? Right? And then let them talk. Oh, work is good. Work is great. Work is busy. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Now, if it wasn't clear where they worked, you can easily ask, oh, okay, and where is it where you worked at again? And then they're going to name the place of work, right? I honestly, even though I'll look at their employer and their file on the practice management software and it says it where they work a lot of the times, I still ask them that question because it kind of leads more of it gives you more of an innocence, I guess. It gives you more of a, like, you're playing it so casual that you're like, oh, hey, how's work coming along? Oh, it's going good. Oh, that's cool. Where is it you work at again? If they didn't mention it, right? And that's perfect. Even if I see it on the folder where they work and they still didn't mention it, I'm still going to ask that question. Oh, okay, where is it you work at again? Oh, I work at, Starbucks. Oh, okay, cool. How do you like it there? And that's what you want to say. Oh, okay, how do you like it there? Then your patient's going to say, whatever. They're going to say, oh, work sucks or work is great. You respond accordingly, but always respond in a positive manner, right? For example, if they say work sucks, then reply, oh, why? Work can have its down days a lot, but it definitely pays the bills. You know what I'm saying? And then, you continue. You never want to be like, oh, tell me about it. Work does suck and all this stuff. No, you always want to be in the positive side here. And then once they, explain, oh, how do you like it there? And then they explain themselves, I like it here. This is fun, blah, 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 blah. Then you can say this. Here is the key, right? So all that before is still essential. You want to create that pathway for this. I've always wondered, do you think it would be allowed or would it be okay to stop by and then you say the place of work, right? And give some like freebies to the rest of the employees there? How would I go about doing that? That's it, right? And right now, maybe you want to take out the word freebies. What we've been noticing is using the word hygiene kits, right? Hygiene is huge right now. Like if you can mention that, that would be awesome. So you can say, I've always wondered, do you think it would be allowed or would it be okay to stop by, maybe give some of your colleagues, some of your friends there, employees? Wait, Leyland, cut that out. I've always wondered, do you think it would be allowed or it would be okay to stop by and give some hygiene kits to the rest of the employees there? How would I go about doing that? We'd really like to take care of them. And you pause right there, right? And then from that point on, they're going to say, yeah, you know what? Oh, this is what you got to do, all this stuff, right? You're going to take note. Now, that was the key right there. I've always wondered, do you think it would be allowed or it would be okay to stop by and give some hygiene kits to the rest of the employees there? How would I go about doing that? Lately, I've been kind of leaving a little quick thing that says, I would really like to take care of them. That's all I say at the very end. Here's the thing. They're going to say, yeah, definitely. And they're going to give you a point of contact, either human resources, logistics center, whoever, a name, or they're going to say, let me find out and I'll get back to you. And you want to follow up with them, right? Be like, cool. Maybe, are you going to work tomorrow? Yeah, I'm going to work tomorrow. All right. Well, maybe you can let me know by like the end of the day tomorrow. That way we can save some stuff for them. And then, they'll let you know, or you can always follow up at the end of the day. Third is they're going to just tell you like, you know what, give me some of that information right now. I'll give it to some of the employees I have, and then I can figure out more. So no matter what, it would be a great response. No matter what, doing this strategy will yield great results, great response. Whatever they say, though, you want to take note. Okay. So this is the existing patient analysis. Now, let's just say the person says, here's the point of contact. Here's human resources. Here's my boss. Here's whoever. You're going to want to call them and talk to them. Because I want to say maybe like 85% of the times that's the response we get. They're like, oh, yeah, you could. I would love it if you did that, man. That'd be awesome. Here, you're going to want to talk to this person. Now you got a point of contact, right? And I'm going to share the next screen. This is the next script you're going to want to talk or you're going to want to mention. Okay. And let me just share screen here really quick with you guys. And this one is called calling your ideal patient's workplace, right? Or calling your existing patient's workplace. And notice how I always put, remember tone of voice. And notice when I was saying the script, my tone of voice wasn't like, hi, my name is Michael, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I was just looking to see if I can get some free stuff. Yeah. No, even if I knew what I was going to say, for example, when I said, I think I said, how do you like it there, right? Or, okay, where is it you worked at again? Even though I knew it, I still had that tone of voice, right? Change in pitch and volume. So you want to keep that in mind always when doing this, right? Okay, where is it you worked at again? Oh, okay, cool. How do you like it there, right? Make it flow. All right, so now you're going to call your ideal patient's workplace, right? They said, hey, here's a point of contact. This is who you need to call. His name is Bill. Call him and let's see if we can make this happen, right? Cool. So then you're going to call them, right? Or if they tell you to go visit them in person, you visit them in person, which honestly is even better if you can go visit them in person. But you're going to call them and they're going to say, hi, my name is Michael. And I had a quick question. A couple of your employees come to our practice, our dental office, and you see where the dental office is like right down the street from you guys. And I wanted to see if something was possible. I wanted to see if it was okay if I can give the rest of the employees there, like you and everyone else, maybe some freebies like free whitening, toothbrushes, floss, information, etc., just as a way to introduce ourselves to the rest of you guys. I was speaking with, and then you say your patient's name, right? I was speaking with Billy, and he was telling me how you guys might have a health fair coming up or whatever you and IP were talking about, right? Maybe you guys were talking about nothing. Then you can say, I was talking to him and he was wondering, him and I were both wondering if we can do something like this or something like that, right? And then you continue. You pause. I'm sorry. You pause and you let whoever you're calling answer. And then you schedule. Now, on this script, I say, and he was telling me how you guys might have a health fair coming up. Because when I'm talking with my ideal patient or when I'm talking with the existing patient, when I did the script before, right? And then they give me the point of contact information and everything. I create a little bit more small talk and I say, hey, do y'all even have health fairs, like employee health fairs? I know a lot of corporations do that, or like quarterly meetings or yearly meetings or something like that, where y'all have something for that, health and wellness or something like that. Could we ever participate in that? I know Sprouts does that. I know Amazon does that. I know a lot of other corporations kind of do that. And or the school district does that every single year for the teachers. And I think sometimes for the employees, for the students, depending on the district, but mainly for the teachers. So asking about a health fair is not a bad idea, right? To your existing patient. So when you're talking with them and doing the script that I showed you guys before, and we talked about before, you can do the ask them about a health fair somewhere in there, right? But now when you're calling the ideal patient's workplace, this is what you want to say. It's exactly it. And you can even kind of slide in a little bit about what's going on, right? Be like, right now, the virus is ramping back up and we just want to take care of everybody right now. We want to make sure everybody's staying clean, especially with their teeth, orally, and things like that. So we really would love to give everybody information and just, some free toothbrushes, floss, and things like that. Not just a way to introduce ourselves, but also a way to take care of your employees and their dental needs right now. And then boom, that's it, right? You let them answer. We've yet to ever get a no. We've always gotten like a definitely, yeah, let's see if we can work something out. Oh, once a year we have this going on. What's your name? Let me get back to you. We can send an email blast out to all the team leaders and all, whatever, right? But here's the key. In the beginning of the script, you said, hi, my name is Michael, and I had a quick question. A couple of your employees come to our practice. And you kind of pause a little bit because normally you're speaking with logistics or human resources or the employee the department, right? And when you are, they're like, Okay, what is this about? You're piquing their attention. Uh-oh, what happened? What's going on? My employees come to your practice. What do they do? Or, but then you ease into the positive side. You see, we're at the dental office right down the street from you guys. And I wanted to see if something was possible. I wanted to see if it was okay, blah, 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 right? And continue. And don't be afraid to mention your existing patient's name. You can say that. Yeah, me and him were talking. He was telling me how you guys might have a health fair coming up. I say that to not be afraid to mention the existing patient's name, only because in the past we have had somebody say like, "Oh, who goes to your practice? What's their name?" And I'm like, "Man, you're a large corporate. You'll remember this person's name." And maybe they had like their, like employee system analog up already. And they're like, let me see if this is true. Right. And then they looked it up and they're like, oh, yeah, he really does work here or something. I don't know. Or maybe his memory was just amazing and he remembered that employee. But that has happened. So you can kind of like show the proof already before they even ask. If they ever asked, they've never really asked again. That was only one time for us. And then from that point on, you want to schedule the event, presentation, the time to visit, or whatever, right? And now your foot is in the door. So that's going to do it, guys. What I want to do for you is I'm actually going to, let me share a screen again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes below. And I'm actually going to give you guys access to this part of the course, the ground marketing course. It's going to be in Unit 15. And I'm going to make the first 3 videos, basically the whole unit. I'm going to make it for free, right? It's going to say free preview, and that's it. So if you're part of the ground marketing course, awesome, guys. It's in Unit 15. You can watch it. If you're not part of the ground marketing course, you know what you can do? You can go on the show notes below, click on the link. I'm going to put a link to it. It's going to say like existing patient analysis unit or course or lesson, right? And you guys can watch me teach this actually, just kind of like this, but I'm teaching it. There's 3 videos, show you, it says how to analyze your IP's workplace, IP's ideal patient's workplace. Calling ideal patients or calling your IP's workplace is the second video. And the third one is reminders. And then you guys can watch it and let me know what you think. So I'm going to put that in the show notes below. The only thing that's required is you kind of had to like create an account with the dental marketer. And there's no cost to that. It's just like, because the dental marketer is like a school, right? And one of the lessons taught in the community is the ground marketing course, the curriculum. So all you have to do is really just create that, and it's not a big thing or anything like that. If, no charge, nothing like that. It's just part of the platform that we use is Thinkific. So that's what it's allowing us. That's the only way it allows us to do that. So you can definitely go into Unit 15. Like I said, I'm going to put a link in the show notes below for that. And guys, I hope this helps you out. Definitely do this with all your existing patients, especially the ones you love. Let me know how it goes, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.